Hi, Dr. Cook here, and in this video we're going to give a refresher on just some basics from fluids before we get into the rest of our exterior ballistics. Alright, so the first thing I want to remind you about is Mach number. Alright, so the Mach number is the velocity of our flow divided by the sound speed in that medium. Alright, that's it, that's a Mach number. Alright. Now, if our Mach is below 1, we call that subsonic. If Mach is greater than 1, we call that supersonic. And when Mach is right around 1, we call that transonic. There's some odd things that happen as we transition right around being at 1. Okay, now we also want to talk about the Reynolds number. All right, this is another thing that can characterize fluid flows, and it has to do with how turbulent our flow ends up being. Okay, now we have an equation to calculate that. All right, there's two forms of it here depending on what we know about our fluid at that time. All right, now flow over a surface is going to become turbulent, totally turbulent. We have Reynolds numbers in the region of, half a billion, 500,000. That's our number, 500,000 right there. Okay, so what are some of these things that go into that? We have to understand our dynamic viscosity or our kinematic viscosity. All right, and then we can know our fluid density, fluid velocity that we're looking at, and the characteristic length. Now, if we just have a sphere, the characteristic length is the diameter. Okay, so we get this d. But as we get some other shapes, it'll be a different length that we're dealing with there. All right. Okay, so that's just a quick review. I hope you've learned those in some other classes with fluids and seen these before. I wanted to remind you about them as we go into our exterior ballistics section. See you in class.